Hey there, welcome to problem 3 of chapter 10. This is the personal information class. So design a class that holds the following personal data: name, address, age, and phone number. And then write accessor and mutator methods, which again, I disagree with, but this is the problem, so we'll just follow the instructions. Also, write a program that creates 3 instances of the class. One instance should hold your information, and the other should hold your friends or family members' information. Well, I'm just going to say F that because I'm recording this. You're not getting my information, you scammers out there. But I will do the whole class thing. So this needs to be a personal information class. It's class information. That's what they want us to do. Class information. And it's going to have, it needs an initializer. Sure, let's set up an initializer. And we're going to set name, address, age, and phone number. So self.name is equal to none. Self.address is equal to none. Whoops, like that. Self.age is equal to none. And self.phone number, I'll just do phone, is equal to none. Great. Now it wants us to write accessors and mutators for each of those things. So that means just getters and setters. So this is really just a slog. I mean, we just got to go through it. So def, get name, self, return, self.name. Def, get address, self, return, get. And in my opinion, this is one of the reasons why programming sucks. Look at what I'm doing here. This is not fun. This feels like I'm doing Java programming. Who likes Java programming? I mean, not many people. That's why they invented Kotlin. But I mean, this is exactly what let me tell you something. The guy who wrote this textbook and it's like making me do this, he hasn't like done any modern programming because people would not do this. Okay. So there we go. Name, address, age, and phone number. We're supposed to write, like access or mutators for it too. So let's do that. So def set name, self name, because now I'm actually passing in a value to set. So now I have this extra parameter here. And so I'll do self.name is equal to name. And I'll just keep going here with set address because, oh boy, self address. This is, you see what I'm doing? If this, let me tell you something. This is not what programming is about. If you were like a professional programmer and you did this, you were like, I'm not doing this. I'm going to figure out a new way. I'm going to go use a different program or programming language, or I'm going to do something that, I don't have to do this in. And things like C# were invented so we don't have to do stuff like this, which is really nice. But unfortunately, they want us to do accessors and mutators. So there we go. I've got them all. So here's all of the 4 getters for these 4 pieces of information, and here are the 4 setters for those 4 pieces of information. So now I'm supposed to create 3 instances. Okay. So me is equal to information, and I create that information. So now I need to like set stuff. So me.set name. So that's my name, Curtis. Great. Me.set age. I'm totally 28. Look at me. Me.set address. That's 123 Main Street. That's where I live. And me.set phone number. That's definitely something like, 417-555-1212. There we go. So now that's me. I have set all of the information for me. And it wants me to create another instance for my friends. So I'll do friend as information. I don't know who my friends are. I don't really have that many friends. I'm so sad. No, I'm just kidding. So friend, set name. So I have a friend named Brian. So I'll add Brian in here. I have no idea how old Brian is. So I'll just say set age is, 28 as well. Good for you, Brian. Although that really should be a number, shouldn't it? 28. And then friend.set address. I have no idea where, I know where he lives. Let's do 234 somewhere street, like that. And then finally, friend.set phone. I have no idea what his phone number is. I just tap a thing on the list, so I don't know. So where does he, 713-555-1212. There we go. And now I need a family member. Well, again, I'm not going to say anything about the family. So family.set name. Let's do somebody like, brother. That's, maybe I have a brother. You'll never know. Set age. Let's make him old as AF right there. So he's 80, which would be really funny. It's not funny that it's 80 years old. It'd be funny if I had an 80-year-old brother. That's all I'm saying. He lives at 666, Infernal Avenue. That's where he lives. I mean, if I had a brother, and his phone number is something like, I don't know, 317-555-6666. There we go. So I've created three different things here. So I'm just going to actually print this out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop right here. I'm just going to stop right there because I just want to have a line. Because I want to look at the debugger on this because that's what we're going to learn here. So I have three different instances of this class. So I've got an object that is for me, an object that holds my friend's information, and an object that holds my family's information. And each of these things is a local variable. You see, there's me, there's friend, and there's family. And now if I go inside me and look at this, you can see here's the name, the age, the address, and the phone number that I set here. So when I called this method, set name, Curtis, it took that Curtis, went inside the specific object, self.name, and set the name on this object. What's really important here is we have methods. This set name method here is declared once, but it works for every single object by itself. So it's not like, I have my name Curtis and then all of these have the name Curtis. Every time I create a new object, every time I instantiate a new object like this, there's a new object that's going to be in self. So when I created me, that's a brand new object. It's a new thing that I'm holding in my hand. And then I've set some things. And then when I do this again, I get another object. So now I've got two of them in my hand. And when I call these methods on it, I'm setting it on the second one, this one I just created. And then when I do this again, I get a third object. So I have three different objects. And each of these objects have their own data attributes, have their own variables inside of them. And these variables inside of them hold their own information for each object, which makes sense. Objects are their own thing. They're their own places for like data to be stored. But we only define the methods once, and then those are run against each different object. The self is different for each. When I call me.setName, that's going to be the object that's at this memory location, 440. And when I call friend.setName, that's going to be at the memory object at 3890. So it's a completely separate object. And when I call setName on friend, it's taking that and shoving it inside that object, not any other object, the one that comes before the dot. And so that's really the cool part. That's the interesting part of, this problem, I guess, because otherwise there is no interesting problem. That's problem number 3, chapter 10.